Thank you for joining me today. My name is Lee Reams, the CEO of CountingWorks. In today's Quick Hits, we're going to talk about how to identify and deal with toxic employees before it's too late. So I'm sure all entrepreneurs and business owners have experienced this at one time or the other, and how you handle it, how quickly you handle it is very important, right? So we're all very busy. We have endless tasks and concerns, and the last thing we want to deal with is a toxic employee that's making grief for us, right? So employees are supposed to make our life easier, right? So when you end up with a toxic employee, things can get ugly fast. So the question is, how do you spot a toxic employee? We came up with a few different traits. Obviously, they might have a few of them, all of them, maybe none of them. But, basically you see it, the people which we will call manipulators or self-centered people. Everything kind of revolves around them. They manipulate situations. Those that bend the rules, so maybe you give them a special break on a company rule, and they then take it to another level, right? Someone who has conflicts with others, vindictive is always a trait. Calculating, and of course we all know the know-it-alls. Those that when you're in a meeting, you're bouncing ideas between a team, and it's their way or the highway. So these are some general ways to spot a toxic employee. So now we have that. What do we do? How do you address it? So there's two different options here, obviously. You can go very quickly and fire them permanently, right? Or you can take a measured approach where you try to provide guidance to the employee. What are the issues that are causing dissatisfaction amongst the management team? How are the ways that they can change to help rectify the situation, right? So the best way to handle this, and we're not attorneys, we're not providing legal advice. We always suggest talking to your attorney if you have a specific situation, but letting it just fester and not addressing it will not help anyone, right? So you might have people quitting that have to work with this toxic employee. Obviously, the stress and anxiety it brings you every day going to work. Work's supposed to be, there's supposed to be some satisfaction there, right? So the first thing we suggest is raise the issue. So don't be passive aggressive with it. Be very direct. We like to suggest putting together a written plan and basically a corrective plan and say, hey, these are the issues that we're concerned of. Here is your action plan. Here are some benchmarks or some reporting that you can use. So let's say the employee is not performing correctly. Let's say you have call logs or how many help desk tickets they took on that month. These are different ways that you can benchmark people, compare people, and kind of show, hey, this is the expectation. This is what you did last month. Here's 30 days to correct the situation. We always suggest having a witness. So then it's not a he said, she said type of situation. Be very specific. And don't be completely down. Like there are good elements of everybody, right? So, make it kind of a win-win, because if you do want them to be able to rectify the situation, you're going to be working with them long-term, right? Everything done in writing. So make sure that you get it signed. It's very clear what you're doing. And at that point, you'll be in pretty good situation if they do not meet the demands or the corrective action to make a change in their employment. I hope you get some good value from these. These are just some quick tips. We have a ton of information that we write on our blog at countingworks.com. Everything from tax-related issues for businesses to what type of startup, what type of business entity, growing your business, cash flow, all kinds of things accounting. So please give us a visit there. We hope you enjoy this information. Thank you.